The effect of the reform, yes, in some instances are difficult to take, like medication, but it's working well. For the economy, Nigeria is making serious foundational progress.
You just heard the president himself say the reforms are stabilizing Nigeria's economy. But then again, a lot of people are asking one particular question which deserves an honest answer. If it is really working, then why is the same government asking ordinary Nigerians, musicians, everyday people to start sharing their own personal money? Think about that. So today we are looking at what very different voices are saying about this. Stay with me. But before we continue, I want to ask you something, and I actually want your honest answer. If these reforms have made your life better, drop it in the comments. If not, say that too. No wrong answer. Just be honest with us in the comments. Now let's get into what people are saying. Let's start with Oseni Rufai. He reacted to the president's comment about reforms working, but he did it by pointing straight at what ordinary people are actually going through right now. Watch this.
The Deloitte people came, and President Tinubu said we are doing well economically, Abi. Yes, we are doing well. Let me refer you to a report that shows we are doing very well, Dr. Abati. You will like this report. It will interest you so much. You will love it. It's called the World Bank Newly Approved Country Partnership Framework for Nigeria, covering 2026 to 2032. And it's accompanying streamlined country diagnostics. You know what this report said? Let me read it to you. It shows you we are doing well economically. It said 33% of population is ultra poor, food insecure, age-weighted caloric intake. 61% is below poverty line. 79% is near poor. 79% of the population is near poor. The report now finally started to break down that from 2019, we're less than 60% poverty. Today, we are 61% poverty. He said something exciting. Yes, despite the fact that foreign reserve increased to about over 50 billion and all of that, the money does not trickle down. And I will show you one very exciting part of the report. He said social protection represented 0.14% of gross domestic product in 2021, and only 8.5% of poor Nigerians were covered by any form of social safety nets. And he goes further to talk about the fact that learning poverty remains widespread. 84% of Nigerian children aged between 5 and 14 are unable to read age-appropriate texts despite years of schooling. 84% of the population. While you have millions of children out of school, 84% cannot read age-appropriate text of the population. And when you look at the level of worsening states of our country, then you wonder what is going on. The social security net, 8.5 million households have been covered. Despite the money we keep pouring into, you can't say you are having economic prosperity while the people are poor. It's not in this country they told us that, subsidy spending, saving will be put into the budget. Are you not seeing how the corruption is going on that they can't explain? Are you not seeing how the corruption is going on that they can't explain? This was the same people that came to power and said they were going to fight corruption. Look at Malami, look at the forfeiture. Although when you even look at it, that only happened because Malami is a loggerhead there. If it was not a loggerhead there, nothing of such will happen. So look at the level of the lives of the people. A country where 84% of the population, age 5 between, you get from 5 upwards, cannot read age-appropriate texts. You need massive education spending. But how are you going to get that when we are struggling to pay contractors? So is it with this? They have not fulfilled all of this. They are saying we have saying first line charge. First line charge. You're going to fund state police. How are you going to use the money? It's not the same country that they told you that you have, we've met our revenue target, non-oil. But yet to fund budgets is wahala. We keep rolling over budget cycle year on year on year. And then, despite the fact we're padding budgets, how the World Cup spending enter the budget? If we talk about that one, they will say, don't say it, shut up, you talk to.
So Rufai is basically saying, see, Mr. President, if things are really improving, we are going to know because it would show in people's daily lives, not just in a speech. Now, yes, Falz, the son of Femi Falana, he said the government came out and said the pressure on them is too much and that musicians and public figures should help out and support them. And first response was blunt. He basically said, if you know you can't handle your job, why did you contest for it in the first place? He pointed out that the same people who fought hard to be in power, who claims they are Emilokon, are now saying the pressure on them is too much. Watch this.
Actually gone on with insecurity and what we're facing. What are your priorities? And you're out here talking to individuals. This is actually your job to do. It's wild.
We said that there's a lot of pressure on the government, so you need to help the young ones.
What do you mean pressure on the government? Did anyone beg you to take up this? If I remember clearly, apart from the fact that this is public service and you do everything within your power to campaign to enter into office, if I remember clearly, the campaign slogan for this administration was "Èmi ló kàn." Do you know what that translates to in English? It is my turn. I've never seen anything more absurd than that in my entire life. That means from day one that you set out on your political journey, this is the day that you have been waiting for. So how can you come and say pressure is much on you? Are you okay?
Then there's Isaac Fayose, and honestly, this one it's different. He said the money that belongs to poor Nigerians is literally sitting with their own government, but instead of using it to help, the government is asking individuals to bring out their personal money to assist the poor. His point is simple: the federal and state governments are holding on to billions of naira. If they really wanted to help, they could lend that money out at zero interest. Instead, it says public funds are being used to buy private jets. Listen to this.
How can you tell me? You have my commonwealth. I have a personal wealth. And you are with my commonwealth, you are telling me, the owner of my personal wealth, do not share with the poor. And the poor money is with you. This is a government that you give even your governors billions. Look at Oyo State. He collects like 1 billion naira on security votes. Ekiti collects about 500 million. What security are they? And they only your people in Ekiti. They still find a way. The people still find a way to release themselves. The Oyo State, nothing. So if you are holding on to billions, millions, you can encourage the people. You can, in Nigeria now, if you go to bank, they ask for collateral. They ask for, there's nothing you can do without collateral. But government, you have the money. You can take 500 million each state every month and say you need 10 million, 5 million, 20 million, come and borrow. I give you free interest rate for 3 years. Just get people to work.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yes.
If you take $1 billion, for Ekiti, for example, if you take $1 billion every month, you will touch about 1,000 families. And now imagine 1,000 family times 48 months, you're 4 years there.
And that means the trickle down from those
that's
families.
48,000 people.
Yes.
Now imagine they have children, they have wife, Abba. You know, they know what to do. How can you tell Davido that there is nothing you are doing to help them? The musicians, all of them, they tried on their way.
Many of them do a lot of very charitable works. No question.
And even Davido has been doing a lot. Burna Boy has been doing a lot. But you don't tell them, oh yeah, take your money instead of buying Lamborghini, when you are using our own money to buy private jets.
And of course, those I'm just being reminded, those musicians, they all have foundations.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. About a year ago, Davido gave them about almost 500 million. You know, and it's not even wise. How can our first lady be saying we should take your own personal money when our own commonwealth? We can see.
Yes.
You look at how many buses they bought for renewal re-election. Where's the money coming from? Tell me now. Look at Ekiti. They bought vote buying almost 20 billion. You can see vote. They are buying vote as much as 50,000. Where did they get that money from? That kind of money, that money they spent on Ekiti election, they can use that money to, you know how many lives, how many families they can bring that up. You, the custodian of our commonwealth. You are not telling us personal wealth to bring your personal wealth.
In other words, the point that you're making the point, which is a very strong point, that governments are trying to outsource fighting poverty to someone else, basically, when it should be the government's constitutional responsibility.
It's their job
to create prosperity.
Of course, it's their job. You want people that struggle so hard to make their money and money to now be supporting the poor when the poor money is in your pockets. You are buying jets, not private jets. We said we don't want our fleets are okay. You said no, we must buy new. You are going around telling the state governors to give APC women leader Jeep every month for this coming election, brand new 36 state women leader. Why can't you use that money to help the poor, borrow them money, let them come from that ground zero?
And finally, Dr. Abati, well, he didn't fully dismiss the reforms. He said, okay, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we can hear you loud and clear. Maybe it is working. But then Dr. Reuben Abati raised a real question. He said, the money has been locked away in reserves, yet people are still suffering, no jobs, no food on the table. So how exactly do we measure that this is working when ordinary people aren't feeling it? He called it sweet talk. Listen to this.
Which is about the president saying that the economy is stable, and Minister Udele also saying we are doing very well. Well, to support them, Standard & Poor's, which is a very responsible rating agency, just upgraded Nigeria from B- to B, which is to inspire investor confidence. And some of the things that Standard & Poor's, which is a data-driven organization and system, pointed out is, all these reforms within the economy, how that has helped to stabilize the Nigerian economy. So if you get that commendation, Nigeria has also been commended by the World Bank. You can't argue with that. However, you say the economy is stable. We have a lot of money in foreign reserve. Nobody is getting it. Nigerians are suffering. Budget is not cash backed. There is no productivity in the agricultural sector. Presidential initiative on CNG. Nobody has seen it. Ministries are lamenting that they don't have money. Where is the stability? And then ordinary Nigerians are talking about poverty and the spreading pandemic of empty pockets. So where is the stability? How do we measure it? This is a major challenge that this government faces. We need to ramp up productivity in the manufacturing sector, in the agri sector. We need to drive up investments. These things are not there. So talking about stability will then come across as just mere sweet talk, propaganda, rhetoric.
So here's the pattern. Rufai, Falz, Isaac Fayose, and Dr. Reuben Abati. 4 different people, 4 different angles. But they are all circling the same question. If the reforms are truly working, just like the government claim, why is the same government asking ordinary Nigerians to give up their own money to help the poor? Now, here's the thing. Helping the needy or being your brother's keeper is not what these people are saying. They are basically saying this because the public fund sits untouched. In short, I'm not telling you the answer. I just wanted you to hear it from them directly. So I want to go back to the question I asked earlier. If these reforms have made your life better, drop it in the comments. If not, say that too. No wrong answer. Just make sure you are honest with us in the comments, because at this point, honesty is the only thing we need right now. And make sure you drop your answer in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, do well to do that and turn on the notification so you don't miss my next video, because I have a video coming up soon and honestly, you don't want to miss it. Make sure you share this video. Let's keep everyone informed, and I'll see you in my next video.